Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now, last night when I was going to sleep and this morning when I was on my walk, I was watching or listening to a podcast on YouTube where Eddie Hearn, the boxing promoter, is talking to a guy about how he's now living a way healthier life, doing more training in the gym, eating more healthier, drinking less alcohol. And it's actually a really, really interesting interview hearing Eddie talk about all the benefits that he's getting from living a healthier life. He's mid-40s now. And as I say, it's just really interesting listening to him describing all the changes that are happening in his life. And he sort of explains all the benefits in a sort of down-to-earth manner as well. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't already. But in terms of my morning this morning, it is Sunday and I did manage to get up at 7:30. I think it's been 2 weeks in a row now that I've been able to do that, which I'm really grateful for. Obviously, it still took me 20 minutes sitting on the end of the bed before I actually got going. But after that, I seem to be getting through my morning routine a bit quicker. It's now coming up to 10 to 9 and I've already been for my walk around the block. I've already written in my journal and I've just had a meditation. Before I went for my walk around the block, I still had my couple of pints of water and my vitamin C and, put on all my layers ready for my walk around the block and, I've brushed my teeth. So, I'm going through my full morning routine, but realistically, I've only been actually going for less than an hour, by the time I'd sat on the end of my bed for 20 minutes. And I'm already ready to do my workout. So I want to keep this pace up and crack straight on with my workout. I'm going to be doing some back to follow up what I did the day before yesterday in the gym. And as usual, I'll do some bent over rows. Then I'll do some sort of single arm rows on my left side, just because my left lat is so much smaller than my right. Then I think I'm going to do a sort of variation on rear delt. So, instead of holding the dumbbells like this, I'll hold it like this. I think that hits like the middle back rather than rear delt. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I think I'm going to hit some deadlift, which I normally do when I do leg stuff. But because my gym routine was so sort of messed up this week, it's been ages since I did legs. So I can do the deadlift as part of this back workout because deadlift is back. So I'm going to dive straight into that. And then, as usual, I can have a cold shower, which is going to be hell because I've only cut my hair yesterday. And then I can have a healthy breakfast. And then I'm going to be cracking on with a busy day because, it's Sunday, but it's not a day for rest. Weekends are for the week. Sunday's just another day. And, I want to get some stuff done. So, since the last time I spoke to you, I obviously had my cold shower and then had my breakfast, then dived into some work on my MacBook, and I was basically sitting there procrastinating, thinking, should I go to the garage, should I not? And then it sort of got to like 12 noon and then I decided I will go to the garage. But got to the garage and what I planned to do, I just didn't have time to do. So I was just basically getting myself ready to do what I planned to do today. Another day, getting a load of bolts and stuff out for some parts that I want to fit. It's just like I've been around there 3 days now, sort of intending to start a video and just haven't, because just things aren't going to plan. Now these are things that are beyond my control, so I need to not feel too down about it, but it is frustrating. I've also, if I'm honest, I've got a few things on my mind that just keep running round in my mind, and it's my mind trying to wind me up about stuff that doesn't matter, and I know that, and I'm grateful that I know that, and I know that I can overcome when my mind is trying to make me unhappy unnecessarily, but it doesn't mean like I'm immune
to, you know, what my mind is trying to do to me. Like, you know, just a couple of things that aren't big issues, but my mind is just making them seem like they are big issues, and it's just playing stories in my head, you know, potential scenarios in the future to do with these certain situations. You know, even to the point where I catch myself sometimes like talking to myself, like, you know, saying what I would say in that situation if that situation arises at some point in the future. When I'm not in that situation, I'm sitting in my car on my own. Like, it's madness. Like, you know, I'm literally talking to myself like a nutcase. Like, you know, it's no secret I am a bit of a nutcase. Like, you know, it's fine. It is who I am. But yeah, it just shows how, like, your mind can, like, layer on loads of small insignificant things that aren't going your way, and then before you know it, like, you're literally a nutcase talking to yourself, playing out these scenarios that will probably never happen. But yeah, you know, I'm supposed to be going to dinner with Kat and her family this evening, but we need to be at her parents' house in, well, about half an hour from now. I am a couple of minutes away from home, so, you know, I could go in and have a really quick shower and get ready and then go, but, you know, we're going to end up being at least a few minutes late to her parents. And, you know, one of the things that, like, kind of bugs me a bit, and it does matter, but maybe not as much as it might sound, but her brother, like Kat's brother, like, he's so miserable, like, to everyone except his girlfriend. Like, it's pathetic. Like, and basically the whole family, like, tread on eggshells around him. Like, you know, like last night I pulled up outside her parents' place, and there's just about enough room for 2 cars, otherwise one of them has to be on a double yellow line, right, and you can get a ticket. So, you know, asked him to come out and move the car, and he came out and moved the car, but he didn't move it enough, so I was still on the double yellow. And then he went in and I phoned Kat and I said, look, you're gonna have to ask him to move it again. Like, you know, there was loads of room that he hadn't taken up. And then he basically started causing a hissy fit, and then everyone just shuts up. Like, no one dares ask him. Like, and like, he's not a scary bloke. Like, he's been very spoiled. Like, he's in his 30s, but he's a little girl. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if he watches these videos, but it's true. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, he's never had a hiding. You know what I mean? He's never, you know, he's always been sort of wrapped in cotton wool, and everyone just sort of, like, treads on eggshells around him. Like, and that's one of the things that has been planned in my mind. Like, I've got these scenarios where I'm going to go to dinner later and I'm going to hear him talk to Kat with a little bit of disrespect, you know, like, unnecessarily, and then I'm going to see him sitting there giggling with his girlfriend. Like, yeah, it's pathetic. Like, so yeah, that's like one reason why I don't really fancy going to this meal later. But, you know, on the other hand, I'm thinking, no, I should go, and I should be there with Kat, and I should say something if her brother does start being pathetic. But yeah, it's just, I don't want to get in confrontational situations, man. Like, but yeah, that's just one of, like, many little things that's running through my mind. But anyway, I'm home now. I've got to put the car away and then decide whether I'm going to bother going to this meal.
Alright, so in the end, I did go for a meal with Kat and her family, and it was awesome. We went up to a restaurant in London, had some Italian food. I actually spent quite a lot of time posting the post to plug the day before yesterday's video on the other channel, on my social media, because I didn't do that yesterday. And yeah, it just takes way longer doing it on my phone than it does on my MacBook. So yeah, I spent a lot of the time trying to do that on my phone when I didn't have a lot of reception. But yeah, really enjoyed the meal, and then got really tired, like really tired, all of a sudden, and then had a coffee, and then I was all right. But yeah, it's now sort of 10:15. We've been at home for a while, and yeah, I'm going to be going to bed soon. But yeah, today's been one of them days where there's just been 2 or 3, maybe 4 really insignificant things that, you know, aren't going my way, you could say, and my mind has just been running them around in my head and making them seem worse than they are. You know, it's not the things themselves that are causing me much distress. It's literally my mind's resistance to them, you know, as I'm sort of mentally battling these things, that's what's causing me the distress. And that's how it works with everything. Like, even things that are really dire in your life, it's not the actual situation that causes you pain, it's your inner resistance to it. I was actually talking through the few things that have been bothering me today with my beautiful girlfriend Kat, which is awesome when you've got someone to sort of talk things through with, even if they are insignificant. If you have got someone in your life that you can talk things through with, just do it. Like, if you haven't, then go and seek someone professional to talk through things with, because even if they are insignificant things, it is a massive help. But yeah, just talking through the things with Kat, and straight away I'm able to myself come up with reasons why those things are insignificant and how I can easily recover from them. And why they don't matter, but at the same time acknowledging that my mind is making them matter. And it's a lot of the time it is just about accepting things that aren't ideal, but that you can't change, or thinking of ways that you can sort of move forward, to recover from those things, without just sitting there internally battling them, because that is, what causes you distress. So, those particular things that have been winding me up, they're not going to go away. There is definitely going to be like potential in the future for me to, allow my mind to wind me up about those things again. But if I can then tap into the frame of mind that I've, tapped into while I was talking them things through, and remind myself how insignificant they are, remind myself how I can recover from them and how they're not major things that can't be recovered from, then that's better than me just internally battling with them today, not putting it to bed at all, and then when they crop up again, internally battling with them again. It was the same thing with when we had our noisy neighbour upstairs that used to keep us awake at night. Yes, it was out of order that they were being so loud, but a lot of the time they weren't being that loud. It was just that when they were being a bit loud, I would then start reminiscing about the times when they really were like taking the mick, on occasions when they were drunk. And then, it meant that every single time I heard a little bit of noise from upstairs, I was then reliving those times where, it was really bad. So it was my own mind's resistance to the situation that was making it worse, And the way I see it is, every single thing that causes you pain, it's not the thing that causes you pain, it's your inner resistance to it. Like, even something like when your parents die, it's not your parents dying that causes you the most pain. Obviously, I mean, my parents are still alive, thankfully, but when your parents die, that's got to be like one of the worst things that can ever happen to you, right? But it's not that causes you the pain, it's your mind telling you a story about it, where you'll start wishing you called them more, you'll start wondering if they were in pain while they were dying, you'll start wishing you was there to comfort them while they were dying. Like, it's just a very extreme example, and an example I've actually got no experience of, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, I am, grateful for the life that I'm living. These insignificant things, if they're part of this awesome life that I'm living, then, I'm happy to have those insignificant negative things going on. And, I'm just grateful that I'm the kind of person that can analyse these things and see them for what they are. Yes, they will overcome me temporarily, whilst I'm getting myself into a state, but at least I am willing and able to analyse exactly what's going on in my mind every day to make sense of it, rather than just getting, taken along for the ride all the time, not only when I'm having these sort of spells. But yeah, regardless, today's been another awesome day on this planet, another awesome day, clean and free from drink and drugs. At the restaurant tonight, everyone was, having a drink, and, then the people from the restaurant were bringing out these really strong drinks that some of the guys were sort of, having swigs of and making horrible faces, and I was able to sit there in the moment. There was thoughts in my mind thinking, I could back that whole bottle, like, what, you're making such a big deal out of it, but I'm able to sit in these situations and it's absolutely fine. I'm absolutely comfortable being the person that I am, and I'm grateful for being the person that I am. And I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I'm continually improving on the person that I am. So, tomorrow I need to get up early at 7:30 again. It will be, I think, 15 days or something. I don't know. I haven't been counting. And I really need to get myself around to the garage to start filming a video, because I've been around there a few times now. And then situations have meant that I haven't started filming a video. But, I have been busy messing around with certain parts, which is going to mean that I am ready to start filming a video when I go around there next. But, this outro has been very long. Sorry for waffling so much. Massive thanks to everyone who has tuned into this video. I hope it's been somewhat helpful or motivational. I'll be back for another video tomorrow for you guys that want to follow me on my day. Until then, feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch through the usual channels if you want to talk to me more privately. But other than that, I'll chat to you tomorrow.